What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel for another video in the 3 to T series where I'm attempting to play every single course available within GSPro eventually by playing 3 holes per course, the first hole, the 9th hole, and the 18th hole. And the way this is going to work is throughout the week, however many videos I post, whatever video gets the most amount of views, basically whatever you guys, whatever course you like the best, I'm going to come out here and do a live stream for a full 18 holes for the most popular course. As for this video, we are playing Sanctuary in Sedalia. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Colorado. Course designer on this one was Mashy. And this course is a course request courtesy of the fellow YouTuber and sim golfer, Golfy, Golffe. Go be sure to check out his channel. He has an awesome indoor setup. He uses GSPro as well. Apparently more experienced than me, knows the really cool courses. And just by look at this tee box, this is a pretty insane course by the looks of it. Down 83 yards by the looks of it for this first tee shot. But shout out to Golfy for the request. We're going to give it a go, trying out some new equipment here. So bear with me if the video, I don't think the video, unfortunately, from the webcam that I have going directly to my camera instead of overlaying the regular video that I do. I don't think it's the best quality in the world, but hopefully I can change a couple settings if I go inside and do some research and or possibly end up buying a new camera to upgrade. But just bear with me. I know it may not be the best, but there's only one way to find out. It's me coming out here and testing things. So appreciate your patience in that matter if things don't, and the quality isn't quite what you've come to know here over the course of my simulator rounds. But take a look at this first hole flyover, which is a par 5, 581-yard hole. Insane looking tee box, first and foremost. We're up in the mountains in Colorado, and that pin looks like it's way down there, 83 yards. So essentially 581 playing just under 500, which is pretty nuts. But let's look at this flyover. Golfy has played a lot more courses and probably has had GSPro a lot longer than I have, so he knows some good courses, and I told him to let me know if he has any more. But we got some hawks or birds flying over, a little bit of a split fairway with a cart path going in between, bunker there on the left, water hazard on the right, pin is front middle, so we'll take that into account. Playing the furthest back tees like always, course recommended settings. So without further ado, geez, where are we going to aim on this? So it's strange it brings it up to 272, so my average I have it set to 265, so that's 272. We're going to aim here and plus the 83 yards. So if I even hit this halfway decent, we should be well over 300 here with the basically 80 yards of help. Granted, the 83 yards may not be directly off the tee. It may be like 3/4 or half of that off the tee and then still some downslope into the green, but it should be at least 40 yards of help, if not 60. So, I mean, we're very elevated, as you can tell. So let's see what we can do here. Aimed up the left, hopefully faded off of that. Get some decent contact, hopefully ball speeds into the 150, and we could be in store for about a 330, possibly yard drive here, which I can't say too often. All right, low toe, but it's out there, 104.9, 152. This is going to be a massive drive. Go off the cart path and get some extra distance. Go! 351. Jeez, I shortchanged myself. 330. That's child's play. More like 351. I feel like Bryson DeChambeau after that one. But, I mean, hey, we'll take it. 243 from the Garmin, 331 carry in the game. Gotta love that. But leaves us with 229, down 13. However, we're in the rough. So that's 216. It's going to come out left, and there's water over there, so I'm going to aim even further this way and try to protect that. Granted, I tend to overfade my baby fade, so 216, but then we have the rough. And again, maybe Golfy knows. He's a more experienced golfer. When you're in the rough or something like this, do you take the 6% of the 229, or do you take the 6% of the 216? So basically, do you factor in the slope and then do the 6%, or you do the 6% before? Be good to know for sure if you know one way or the other. But 6% on, I guess we'll do it on the 230. That's going to be 11 yards, 12 yards, something like that. So basically that gets rid of the slope, so we're back up to 229. I'm going to go 4 hybrid, and like I said, I'm going to go even further left. just in case I really flare this one. But generally, if I hit it really good, I'm in the neighborhood of about 240, 245 with that club off the deck if I hit it good. When I tee it up, I get a little bit more out of that, but don't expect to absolutely flush it. So anything even in the neighborhood of, again, 220, 230 gets the job done as long as I can keep it on the start line to the left of that water. And it is a par 5, so even if we're up there and just have a short little wedge, we'll be in good shape. Hit it pretty good. It was a tad thin. This looks like it's on a good line. Sit. I am completely fine with that, and it's actually coming back and getting a little bit better. This is going to be a bird, I think. Wow, take that all day long. 236. That works, folks. That's a birdie. Get ourselves off to a good start here. So the goal is to be even through the 3 holes, par, 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 but giving ourselves a birdie here. If we can go par and then even bogey, we're still even. So good start there. Good 4 hybrid. Helps when you hit it 350 off the tee, but second hole, aka 9th hole, 1, 9, and 18 again, but 9th hole, par 4, 337, up 18. It's a little bit more manageable, but the 18 yards kind of adds to it. So let's see what we're dealing with the fly over here. Got a bunch of deep rough to get over. Narrow landing spot. We got a crazy looking bunker, another split fairway. Wow, this is a pretty crazy course. We got a waterfall over there to the left. All right. This could... So far, out of the ones I've played today, I think this is my favorite if I had to pick which one. Again, it comes down to you guys. Whatever video gets the most amount of views, and essentially whatever one, ipso facto, whatever one you guys like the most is the one I'm going to come out and play a full 18 holes at. But to me, if I had to choose, I would probably pick this one. But we'll see what you guys have to say with your view counts. 265 is there. Up 20 though, so even if I hit it 265, it's only going to play about 245, but right there should be decent, and we'll see again if I can connect on one at least halfway decent and put us out there into play. Just looking at the metrics from that 3 hybrid, swung it at 99, or the 4 hybrid rather, that last shot, swung it at 99.1, 139 ball speed. That's not too shabby for a 4 hybrid off the deck. Granted, it was only 218 carry from the Garmin, 220 in the game, rolled out to 236, but for a little bit of a thin 4 hybrid strike, that's manageable, and I would take that 9 times out of 10. But let's focus on this tee shot here. Left it a bit out to the right. It was very low and towy. That's going to be nose diving, only about 226. Swung it at 103, 150, but only 226. That's a little bit unfortunate, but still, we're in play here. We got to look at this green with a manageable distance. 120, up 4. However, we're out of the rough, so another 6%, which will be another 6-8 yards, something like that. So right around 130, which I do like that number. So it's going to be a pitching wedge, and pin is not the easiest location here. It's going to come out pretty far to the left, so we're going to aim here, and with the left and then possibly a fade, hopefully we guess right here with where we're aiming, but right side of this inner circle, and it's just going to be a stock pitching wedge. Usually get about 130, 135, occasionally close to 140 on a really good compressed, staying down and through it type of strike, but anything in that neighborhood puts us on the green, and maybe we get lucky with the inner circle. No, I thinned it, and it started left. That should fade. Alright, we're off the green. That was hit pretty thin. That was probably in the neighborhood of about 135, 140. It did roll out a ton. What did we get out of that? 133? We're out of the rough, but maybe I did my math wrong on that. That felt like a pretty thin strike, which usually goes a bit further. Kind of surprised those carry numbers were where they were, but in any event, just off the green, 16 yards. Green sloping pretty hard from left to right. It's going to be a 60 degree. We're going to aim here, and it's going to start left. So right about there should be decent, because if it rolls, it's going to break pretty substantially to the right. 16 yards, pretty flat. So would have been nice if I take a count what the green speed, the stimps, and the firmness is, knowing how much I need to let this roll out or not. But I think, honestly, anywhere even 10 yards may even get there in the air, 10 yards of carry, but probably closer to about 12 would be ideal, and let it roll out about 4 yards. But let's see what we can do with the 60. As a reference point, usually for about 10 yards of carry, I aim for about the bottom of the net. So it's probably, I'm going to try to aim for about 2-3 feet up from the bottom of the net in the air, have it land there, and we'll see if that's right. Ooh, and good thing I looked down on that. The loft didn't look quite right. I grabbed my 56 instead of my 60. That would have been a unforced error, as they call it. Now that we have the right club, good thing my eyes caught that with the loft. It looked a bit shut. No, well, I hit it soft, but I popped it up. Wow, how do I leave that short? Not the best there. And just like that, we're back to even. So good thing we got a birdie on the first one. Bogey there brings us to even through 2. On to the third and final hole, which is the 18th, par 4, 419, up 23 yards. Deep rough and trees galore. Gets real narrow up there. That looks like where most of the hill is in the upslope up towards the green. Kind of an elevated surface here going into this green. Well, see what we can do. Aim there and hopefully just put a decent swing on the driver. Low on the face again, but should be manageable and pretty decent. Kind of a low line drive up the middle. 106.4, 151. I wish that was a bit higher on the face. It was right out of the middle. It was just low. But that was close to being pretty squared up, at least for my ability. But not bad. Right down the middle. So we're in play. Leaves us with 157 up 20, however. So 177. It's going to come out right, and we're on an upslope, which should help launch it obviously a bit higher, come down a bit softer. We'll aim here, and what am I going to hit? So 177. GSPro suggesting 8-iron, which is not going to get there. Usually I play the 8 to about 160, 165 on average. If I really pure one or hit it a bit thin, sometimes it rolls out to 170, but even that's still short. So it's going to have to be a 7-iron, which I play in the neighborhood of 180, 185. So I got to kind of, I don't know, it's either, not that I account for it, but it's either a mishit 7 or a choke down, well struck, and kind of a finessed 7 in there. But either way, 7 is what I got to hit. So let's see if we can guess right. Actually, I'm just going to take a double look, or a double check. I think I might just hit a full 7. See if I got room back there. There is some room back there, so I'm just going to hit a full 7. Worst case scenario, we're 10 yards long on a really good strike if we hit it to like 185. But we can still play back there. It doesn't look like it's penalty. So we'll aim there. I'm just going to hit a stock 7. Toey, and I popped it up. It's going to be to the right, but it may work out distance-wise. That's kind of what I'm talking about. Sometimes you just hit the full club and you account for a not-so-great strike, which, perfect distance. It's getting worse, unfortunately. It's rolling back. Oh, no. We're going to have to chip this. Wow, that's brutal. Well, we did end it up pin high just to the right. That would have been a par. Now we got to put this inside the inner circle to try to save par. 149. Granted, that was with the slope, so R10 had that at 161 in the air, only 149 in the game. But any event, little 10-yard tester here with the 60 degree. Just got to get it on the green. We're kind of in it's funneling where we are, but kind of flans out up there. So basically, like I was saying before, just going to aim for the bottom of the net, let it roll out a little bit, and hopefully it stays inside the inner circle for a par. I guess we'll aim a touch. 2 clicks to the right, because it's going to come out 0.6 degrees left, but that was better. That was kind of where I was looking at, kind of launch angle of what I was looking at, or trying to do on the last one. The last one got up and away from me. That one I had a little bit more forward press, tried to stay kind of down and through it a bit more, but that was a good shot. We didn't put it into the hole, but that's all we needed there for another par. So, from Sanctuary in Sedalia, Sedalia, That's how I'm going to say it. Hopefully that's even remotely close, but Sedalia, Colorado. Course designer on this one was Mashy. And again, course request comes courtesy of Golfy. Shout out to Golfy. Go check out his channel. Ended up with even par through 3. So birdie on 1, which was good. Gave it right back on the next hole, which was 9 with a bogey. And then we got a par on 18. What does it say? Oh, greens were hard and fairways were normal. Should have looked at that before. Stimps were 12, so pretty quick, pretty firm greens. But take a look at the stats. 1 par, 1 birdie, 1 bogey. A nice mix of everything in there. 262 longest drive, average drive 262.43. That's kind of strange. That must have been, this must be a slight glitch because there's no way I hit, obviously, 3 drives exactly in a row. And I hit that one that was 350. So again, I don't know why these numbers are different from what I see in the game. Maybe Mr. Golfy can let us know. But it's always the ball speeds, the average and the best are always lower, and the average distance, like the average drive and the longest drive, are always lower too. And you guys saw it was, like we hit that one like 350, but maybe it just normalizes with the launch monitor data instead of the gameplay data. I don't really know, but 5 putts, no sand saves, only 1 out of 3 greens in regulation, also only 1 out of 3 fairways. That's not ideal. My new goal, which I kind of came up with last time, I want to be at least 2 out of 3, if not 3 out of 3 with both of these as I'm playing this series. But small sample size is what it is. We at least met our goal with the even through 3, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Again, shout out to Golfy for the good requests. Gonna play one more. This was the penultimate course of today. Gonna play one more, which was the third and final course request from Golfy. So we may have a week-long section, or at least 3 videos in a row from Golfy here, and you guys can decide which one you like the best, which I'll be doing the full 18-hole live stream if I can get everything figured out here. But like always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys at the next course.